All right, welcome, guys. We are live here at the Atlanta Hartsfield Airport, waiting President Trump to make his arrival just slightly after the 11 o'clock hour here in Atlanta, and he is on his way to a fundraiser at an undisclosed location. But we will also provide you coverage from the Motorcade as he makes a stop at a very special place. But let me step aside to kind of set the scene here. We've got a couple hundred supporters here waiting to meet the president when he lands here. Shortly after the top of the hour, special guests are here as well. I've even got Brian Jack, who is running for a congressional seat here in Georgia, is here as well to greet the president. Obviously, the president, this state is very important for the president in terms of this 2024 election, and so a lot of support in this area of the state, a lot of support around the country right now as the president continues to watch his poll numbers rise. We get into all of that. We would talk to some of these guys here in just a second, but I do want to talk about our friends over at the Birch Gold Group. We talked about the economy. We've talked about the inflation. We've talked about your hard-earned dollars being wasted away by this Bidenomics. But you want to protect your investments and protect what you have. Our friends over the Birch Gold Group want to send you a free information kit to make your way into getting into gold, silver, and precious metals. They are the experts, and they even show you how to convert a traditional IRA into a gold-backed IRA. That is a Birch Gold Group. Easy to do. Simply text the words Trump to 989898. That's Trump to 989898 and get your free information kit. That's thankful to our friends over at the Birch Gold Group. Okay, when you take a look at why these people are here, and this is kind of an interesting scene. Whenever we do a broadcast from an airport for a Trump arrival, it has got a different sense of electricity in the air. People are excited. This is something, a vantage point that many supporters and obviously many viewers at home watching, you don't often get to see this type of this side of the president. We see the rallies. Of course, we see some of the motorcade coverage when he stops over, like we saw at the Iowa State Fair. But to get this access at an airport arrival is really special. And I was talking to some people here earlier about just being here, a part of history, and being able to witness Trump Force One landing at this airport and just seeing and hearing and feeling the excitement of the president making his way here. It's something special, and I know that here at Right Side we certainly appreciate the ability and the opportunity to do this. And so it's a very special moment for us as well. Now the president, like I said, is coming to Georgia. He's coming to Atlanta for a fundraiser that's expected a little bit later this afternoon. But between the airport and the fundraiser, we will be making a very special stop with the president in the motorcade, and we'll bring that to you live as it happens. But we're glad you're here. And if you look at the polling right now for the president, it is continuously going up, and not only in the swing states, but just about in every state. And in the last numbers that I saw as far as electoral count, the president was easily winning this race. But the President Trump will tell you, as he often does at rallies, but let's pretend like we're 30 points down. Let's pretend like we're the fourth quarter. We've got about 8 minutes on the clock, and we're down by 30. Because that's exactly how we need to campaign and continuously to push the message of why his policies are the best policies for this country. And we've seen what the Bidenomics has done. We've seen what the economy has done. Certainly we've seen what the immigration policy has done to this country, as that is a number one issue. And quite honestly, it's doesn't matter where we go, whether or not we're in Texas, we're in Florida, we're up in New York or Pennsylvania, which will be on Saturday. They'll tell you that the border is the number one issue right now in this country, and that not only the amount of fentanyl coming across, the drugs coming across, but now in the human sex trafficking coming across the border as well, but also the amount of crime that is going into our cities, this migrant crime that's going in. So the border is very much the top issue, and I would follow that up by the economy. The inflation. We've seen some bogus numbers from the insiders there in D.C. want to tell you that the inflationary rate is around 3 to 4%. The CPI, No, the real inflationary rate is above 20, 22, 23%, and that's on your products like gas, food, lodging, clothing, supplies like that. Interest rates double than what they were under the Trump administration, now under a Biden administration. And I know the Feds, they keep signaling that they're going to lower rates a couple times this year. We have not seen that yet. And so we continuously see a very stagnant economy as far as consumer spending. If you want to go to consumer confidence, that's even worse. I know small business owners don't feel like in this economy right now that obviously they're not very optimistic to what could happen if this economy still continues under Biden's regime. And what's really important to point out is what has happened in California on April 1st, as we have this $20 minimum wage for locations that have 60 or more, or companies, I should say, that have 60 or more locations. So that really is some of your bigger McDonald's, your Wendy's, your type of franchises like that. And what that has done to their product is pushed their average sale up considerably to make up for that $20 minimum wage. And what that has done now is even enhanced the pressure and the strain on the consumer to go out and purchase those goods or services based upon that minimum wage. So you've got this kind of a tug of war here in terms of consumer spending and the cost of goods, and where it ends up is really important, because that middle ground is what the consumer, feels. And right now, under this Biden administration, we have seen historic inflationary rates. And of course, you looked at your savings and your 401k, and that's why we talk about the Birchgold Group off the top of the show, because it is important to note that more and more Americans, especially a lot of boomers, we're going into retirement, aren't able to retire right now. They're just not able to do it because of the inflationary rate. And I've got personal experience in that in my own family. You've got people that have retired that are they're 75, 77, some 80. 80-year-old people, they can't necessarily, they're on a fixed income, and they can't necessarily go back to the workforce and work maybe one or two jobs to make ends meet. So it's very difficult, and they end up not getting medication that they might need. I know a survey I saw that 22% of those surveyed over 65 says they were cutting out a meal a day or meals during the week to make up for the difference of the cost of living under this Biden administration. So that is huge to think about. A lot of seniors aren't able to actually take care of themselves. So what they need to do, get the medication that they need, or even feed themselves like they should under these current economic conditions. So I think that's why you're also seeing people that might have been agnostic in terms of, politically speaking, now see that the Trump administration, the economic policies that were there, are the policies that make America stronger. They make stronger people. They make stronger households. And so maybe people that have not perhaps voted in the past, they may vote now. And I, quite honestly, if I was a part of the Biden administration, I don't know what you run on right now. They've tried to tell you that this economy is not that bad. They tried to tell you that there was no problem at their southern border. They tried to tell you that your money needs to continuously go to Ukraine on this conveyor belt. And the American people, these folks, we'll talk to them in just a second, these folks and many of you at home right now know that all three of those things are completely wrong, that the economy is not good. You do struggle. The southern border is wide open. It is broken. We do have a problem. And also, the Americans do not want their money going over to Ukraine. And that's a big battle right now in the House as they continue to struggle on spending and where it should go. And I would like to, I mean, I can openly say that I probably talk to more Trump supporters and more America First people, patriots, average American than probably any of the media out here. And I can tell you that they do not want their money going to Ukraine to fight this war, this proxy war with Russia and essentially to China. They don't want that. So they want to keep their money. They want taxes. They want to lower taxes. They want to keep more of their hard-earned dollars. They want spending. They want to go out and buy stuff. They want to refinance a home. They want to go ahead and purchase a home. They want to purchase a car. And you just simply can't do that right now. And so that hits everyone. That's one of the lowest hanging fruits that we had. And of course, the border continues to be a major issue. We were along the border right after President Biden, within his first week, I believe, signed in an ordinance to basically halt construction of that border wall. I was there, and the materials were just left behind. And President Trump often talks about the cost of those goods and the materials just laying there on the ground, going to waste, and what it's going to cost to go ahead and continue that. The Biden administration has walked away from any responsibility of the southern border. Matter of fact, has tried to pin it on Republicans that it's our fault the southern border is wide open under the Trump administration. They often say they inherited a problem from the previous administration. We all know those are lies. We all know that's simply not true. The blame solely relies on the Biden administration. So if we get the southern border back intact as far as secure, we can prevent a lot of these criminals coming across. I know President Trump often talks about how Venezuela and other countries have simply let the worst of the worst out of their prisons into our country. And I see a lot of skeptics on the left will shake their head and say, well, that's just, there's no proof to that. There's absolutely proof to that, and I've seen it. They are letting the worst of the worst come out into our country. And matter of fact, the Lakeland Riley, the young girl, Georgia girl that was murdered by the hands of a criminal who was earlier that month stopped and detained for a crime up in New York. If we would have had the law in the books and people would have actually stopped the migrant flow into this country, or actually kept people that broke crimes here in this country, that murder would not have happened. Every day in America, and you can search the news, the local news, regional news, state news, it's there. There's always some type of assault, a murder, a DUI, a wreck, some type of auto accident in the hands of an illegal. And a lot of them, obviously have a prior rap sheet in criminal history. So these aren't the best of the best that are coming here. And I'm not saying you can't blanket and say everybody coming across the border is some type of known criminal. That's simply unfair to say, and I'm not saying that. But there is a good portion of people coming over that are not welcomed in their country, and they're letting them in our country. Take a look at the scene here. The president was scheduled to land here just at the top of the hour, but it looks like now about 10:57 here local time. I believe my latest update is that has been pushed a little bit later, probably like around the 11:20 hour. We'll get to all of that. First, let's talk about our friends over the Birch Gold Group. The economy, your inflation, your savings, your investments are some of the most important things you have right now. And our friends in the Birch Gold Group want to make you go into retirement in the right direction. That's why they want to be there to help you with gold, silver, precious metals. Simply text the word Trump to 989898. That is Trump to 989898. Get your free information kit. Birch Gold Group, easy to do. If you want to even convert a traditional IRA into a gold-backed IRA, they can do that as well. Text the words Trump, easy to do. 989898. That is the Birch Gold Group. Now, this is kind of cool because what's going to happen is he's going to land, and I don't know my directions here, but he is going to come from my right to the left, or from your left to the right on the screen. He will land, he will taxi you around, and I would imagine by the looks of the double stairs that we have, the walk downs, he's going to be relatively close to us. This is going to be pushed out a little bit. Obviously, it won't be right on top of us here, but it will be in a really good position to get Trump Force One to land right where we're at, and you'll get a good shot of that coming in. And so we will continue to continue the coverage there. Then we're going to break away and go on the ground just on the other side of some cameras where the president is expected to release a statement, have a few remarks, maybe perhaps get a question or two from us as well. We'll have to see if that happens. We've got a lot of people out here have been obviously fans of Right Side, and I've had maybe a couple dozen people actually come up and thank us for what we do as far as on the campaign trail with the president from day one. And they obviously appreciate us being here, and we are very appreciative of them because, quite honestly, if it wasn't for our viewers and the support from viewers, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. First of all, we're live on the air right now. What's your name? Where are you from?
Mark Beckman from Blue Ridge, Georgia.
All right. First of all, before we get to this real quick, how exciting is it to be standing on an active runway waiting for Trump Force One to land?
This is a bucket list event for me.
I said that off the top of the show, that this is a very unique experience to be here at the airport to welcome him.
Absolutely. I can't wait.
Let's talk about Georgia for a second. The support, obviously, in your neck of the woods, your friends, family, church, community, work, they're all, I would probably assume they're on the same page as you as far as their love for the president.
Absolutely. I think we're about 82% Republican where we're at.
What should the president do on day one of his next administration? What should the top priority be?
I hope he closes the border. We need to stop the nonsense.
Economy, how does Bidenomics affected you so far?
Oh, I'm making like half the money I'm used to making, and I'm a contractor, so it hurts.
Yeah. Okay, so earlier you came up to me, and Corey, you might have to get a tight shot of this. Walk me through what we're looking at right now.
This is the coffee shop owner of Conservative Grounds Cafe had these made. It's Bidenomics. It says, I once identified as a 30-ounce tumbler.
Okay. See if we can get a good shot of that. I once identified as a 30-ounce tumbler, obviously now looking at about an ounce fluid there. Good stuff there. Yeah, he's a great guy over Conservative Grounds.
Oh, yeah, we love him. He does a lot for Trump and supports it. We're now the Trump North Georgia headquarters, so that's going to help out hopefully a lot.
So you're here. What's the buzz down here? You're the first person I've talked to today from this group, so everyone's super excited, I would imagine.
Everybody's excited. I mean, everybody just can't wait. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I'm so excited myself. Yeah.
We're glad you're here. Thanks for coming out. God bless you there, and Cliff from Conservative Grounds. If you want a tumbler, just go to that. I don't know what their website is. It's conservativegrounds.com, I think. Just search it on Conservative Grounds Coffee. It's in Florida. Go check it out. That's a pretty cool thing. But that's about what it's like. That's what the economy is under Joe Biden. You are getting less. You are paying more, and that's really symbolic for what is happening with our economy right now. Okay, lots of drama there happening on Capitol Hill, as well as we've got this effort to kind of straighten up the GOP, the Republican GOP, and the leadership that's under Mike Johnson right now, because what we're finding is the very things that they claimed that they did not like under a McCarthy speakership are the same things that actually Speaker Johnson and more is violating. So you've got this, in my personal opinion, a lack of leadership there with appropriations not getting passed, several CRs getting put into place, spending money on areas that, quite honestly, we don't need to continue to fund. One of them would be this weaponization, this Department of Justice, the FBI, the same organizations that have gone after President Trump on all of this BS are the same organizations that need to be held accountable. And that's something that Speaker Johnson and quite frankly, the GOP, in my opinion, has not done enough about to, really crack down and find out the reasoning, and at least not, why wouldn't you want to fund them to expand? That's not happening as well. Also, when you look at what they're doing with the money to Ukraine, overwhelmingly, the American people do not support continually this conveyor belt of money going to Ukraine, and simply that was not even an option. It's interesting to note that Speaker Johnson, back on the original, was turned down 300. Was against the 300 million going to Ukraine, but it just like that was able to authorize or support an effort for an additional 60 billion going to Ukraine. So once again, I don't understand where the speaker. Let me see if I can get just real quickly. Okay, let's pull out. How you doing, Brian? Brian Jack joining us real quickly on the pre-show for President Trump landing. You are running congressional spot there in Georgia. It's an open seat. Let's talk about not only your involvement with President Trump prior to this position, but what you stand for all Americans, specifically in Georgia.
Yeah, so I joined President Trump's campaign in 2016, and it has been quite a ride. For the last 8 years, I put everything on hold working for President Trump, joined his campaign again in 2022 on that day in November when he launched it. And I've been motivated, just like everybody else. His America First agenda transformed our country. I was built and molded by that agenda. So when this seat opened up, Tough decision because obviously I was enjoying my time working for him, helping him win the Iowa caucus and New Hampshire primary. But I said, you know what? This is something I've got to do. I think the Georgia 3rd District needs an America First representative, somebody that believes in his agenda. And I was proud to announce for this seat. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we saw you in Rome on that major announcement. I know the people in Georgia support you. They support you in that seat because I feel like Georgia is a great snapshot of what this country feels right now.
Yeah, I think it's not just that, but I mean, Georgia's a battleground state, but we're going to win this state in November because we're going to have the best message. And what's happening to President Trump, last time we were here at this airport, he was hauled into Fulton County by an out-of-control DA, and that was the last time we were here, last August. People are rejecting that. People feel unsafe in Georgia. They don't feel, when you go into Atlanta these days, you feel unsafe, and it's because of the policies that they're pushing and promoting. We've got to have strong leadership in Washington, people that are going to hold everybody accountable that's done everything they can to President Trump to disrupt him. We've got to hold them accountable.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. If people do not feel safe in their home, in their communities, that's first and foremost. Let's talk about the economy real quick and what specifically Georgia is wanting.
Yeah, so to fix inflation, there are 3 things you can do. First and foremost, we've got to unleash American energy, right? You've got radical leftists that are trying to do everything they can to shut down our ability to harness the energy God gave us. We've got to drive down energy costs to fix inflation. Second thing I'll say, it's not the sexiest thing, but deregulation is paramount to drive down inflation. And what we saw in 2016, when we were on our campaign, I remember we were flying on the plane you're about to see, the president said, you know what, for every new regulation, I'm going to cut 2. At the end of the day, President Trump cut 8 regulations. For every new regulation his administration put out, he cut 8. Deregulation, second most important thing you can do. And lastly, out-of-control spending. Everyone that watches RSBN knows you cover it well. The government is an out-of-control spending binge. We've got to do everything we can to rein that in. If we do those 3 things, we will eliminate inflation, and that's what's going to happen if he's elected.
And often note that when the president does a rally, he talks about kids protecting women's sports, keeping men out of women's sports, a big deal, and also making sure our schools don't have these woke agendas built into it.
Well, and if I can just close, I'll note that as we saw just a few weeks ago, and a lot of people asked me, I served in the White House from the very first to very last day of his administration, and people ask me, Brian, who's really running the White House these days? And it's not Joe Biden, it's his staff. We saw it a few weeks ago when they named Easter the Transgender Day of Visibility. Well, as President Trump said, and as he'll probably say again today, Election Day this November is going to be the Christian Day of Visibility.
Okay, before I let you go, it takes money for this campaign to run. I want Brian Jack in that District 3 of Georgia. How can people donate to you and follow you on social media?
So if you go to brianjack.com, you'll see everything from my campaign, brianjack.com. And we're on Facebook, we're on True Social, which is still hot as a pistol, Brian Jack on True Social, and we're following you as well. So thank you very much.
I appreciate it very much. Brian Jack joining us in the pre-show. He should be here shortly, I would imagine. He's going to be pulling up, and Brian will be there to greet him. But Brian Jack is one of these individuals that, like he said, has been with President Trump in the White House from day one. He knows the policies. He knows how to get things done. I think if you live in Georgia 3, you need to make sure you go to the polls and make sure you vote for Brian Jack. And that is my personal endorsement for Brian Jack, because I know that he's a true patriot and his heart is in the right place. Hey, before we get to President Trump, which it seems like we're getting a little bit more ground crews are getting in place. We've got some of the ground crews over there. But let's talk about our friends over at Birch Gold Group. You talked about the inflationary rate. We talked about savings, investing. And with these markets the way they are, you don't really know which way they're going to go. Our friends over the Birch Gold Group, historically, gold, silver, precious metals has been a great investment over time, and that's why our friends at the Birch Gold Group want to send you a free information kit. You make a decision for yourself. They'll walk you through all and answer any kind of questions that you might have. You can text the words Trump to 989898. That's Trump to 989898. That is the Birch Gold Group. Do that, and I can assure you that they are A+ Better Business rated. That we've had thousands of our clients, our viewers rather, reach out to them and reach out to us and said, hey, I'm really glad I made that call. So text the words Trump to 989898. That is a Birch Gold Group. All right, the sun is starting to break out a little bit as we kind of make our way into this afternoon. Now we're probably 15, 16 minutes away from President Trump making a landing here. If you're just now joining us, yes, we're live right here at the Atlanta airport as we are making our way to the thing. How you doing? We're live on there.
Yeah, my name's Doug Lloyd from Blairsville, Georgia. We're 110% behind Trump.
What would you want him to address on day one of his next administration?
Well, first and foremost, our economy right now is in shambles. And when Trump was in office, man, was the best that the economy had ever been. And from day one, I'd like to see him just take office and just run full force with it.
And take the America First agenda, sir. Putting America first, not every other country.
Yeah. That is correct.
What's your thoughts on Ukraine and our continually this conveyor belt of money that's just funding this, I think, worthless war in Ukraine? What do you think about that?
Well, let me tell you this. We as the United States people here, we need to focus on our people here in the United States. Okay, we got issues and concerns that we need to address here locally, all right, in the United States, instead of sending money across seas, and that's waste. That's waste of taxpayers' money, waste of money. Waste.
Yeah. So you're against the continuation of funding.
That's correct.
Okay, which
that
I think
correct.
Does reflect the majority of Americans that I've talked
That
to.
is correct.
And unless you love the border, what's your thoughts on the border right now?
You don't want to get me started on that because I'm running for Union County Sheriff in Union County. I'm running for sheriff there. And the border is a serious issue because we got an influx of illegals coming in across that border. And President Trump, when he was there, he was working hard to secure those borders, okay? We've got illegals coming across and drugs and fentanyl and everything else that's harming our people. And so I stand behind President Trump.
Okay, I'm going to let you get in spot. I'm being told that President Trump is making his approach right now. I appreciate it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn our attention to the sky so that we don't miss any of that. And I'm just going to voice over our coverage from here. But yes, we're live here at Atlanta Airport. Like we said at the top of the show, this is a very unique perspective in all that we do, covering President Trump, not only from his rallies to, unfortunately, the court proceedings. But this is a special thing that we do at the airport. I really enjoy covering this aspect of this type of coverage on this side of things, I should say, because this does give you a unique perspective of the working parts that have to go in place that when the president goes anywhere. He's got I guess, he has obviously a tremendous crew that follows him, and not only detail, but he also has staff and consultants that travel with him. So when you see him pull up, you will see probably several SUVs pull up as well. That's where you'll see his staff, consultants, security detail get in those vehicles. Now, when he lands, he will circle around here in front of us. The plane will park, and at that point, he will get off. He will talk to several hundred of the people that we have here, make his way down the lane here and meet all the people that are here supporting him. And then what we're going to do about halfway through that, just to kind of let you guys know, we're going to get off the media riser. We're going to go to the front lines over here where the press is staged, kind of a mini area. We do anticipate President Trump making a statement at that time, perhaps taking a question or two. Don't know. We'll see how that plays out, but we'll have that for you as well. And so we're glad that you're joining us on this beautiful day. It ends up being a little overcast skies early this morning in the Atlanta area. We are expecting some showers to move in after about 5 p.m. tonight, and overnight severe threat of storms in this area. So if you do live in this area, be advised that you're going to have some potential to severe weather a little bit later this afternoon, early evening, and overnight, with tomorrow being some a flood watch in certain portions of the state. But right now, we've got breezy, partly cloudy, breezy skies, temperatures very comfortable right now. We're glad that you're joining us on this Wednesday. And to kind of break down the programs here, which we'll obviously today we've got this. We're going to cover some developments that might happen on Capitol Hill the next couple of days, and then we're going to transition over to Pennsylvania, where President Trump is having a rally on Saturday. Of course, we'll have all the coverage live from Pennsylvania for that. And then we are putting together a plan to cover day one. Unfortunately, we don't want to have to do this broadcast, but unfortunately, that's the state of the world that we're in right now. We'll plan to cover day one of the trial, jury selection there in New York. So we'll have a crew on the ground there. If you recall, the last time we were in New York, I think we were there on the indictment. I can't remember which particular. There's been so many. Huge crowd gathered in front of the courthouse there. Not only huge support, obviously, for the president, but they do have some counter protesters as well. So that will take place there. And if there's any type of press conference opportunity, without a doubt, we'll be on top of that to carry that as well. So it's going to be a busy couple of days here at Right Side, but that's what we do. That's what we signed up for. I don't know if he's making his final approach. I don't know how many minutes he might be out from that, but I do want to make sure we keep our eyes to the sky. I know that we have we've got people that are watching the plane, obviously from a internal perspective, and obviously we've got people on the ground here that will obviously point to any notification that they've seen the president come in. But it's interesting to note, though, the amount of enthusiasm for this campaign at this point. Now, obviously, the left, the Democrats, would have loved to deflate any type of strong support for President Trump, as they were hoping that, post the 2020 election and post all of the fallout from all of the lawsuits, and of course, going to jail and hey, there we go. Trump Force One has just landed. The plane kind of snuck up on us, if you will. Kind of landed a little bit further back on the runway than some of these other planes, and I'm sure you guys in that particular field would probably better explain why we saw him do that. But I guess he needed a little bit more runway to land than the other planes. But he will make a U-turn, come back this way, and we're going to let it play out a little bit as if you were here. And that's exactly what we do at Right Side. That's what we're known for. We show the crowds, we show the rallies, we also show you when he lands here at the airport. We're going to let that play out. We're glad you're joining us. And if you missed kind of the breakdown of today, he's going to meet the supporters here. He's going to go get his motorcade. We're going to join him in the press vehicle. We're going to go to a secret location where he's going to make a quick stop on his way to a fundraiser later this afternoon. So, great day of coverage on the ground here in Atlanta, Georgia. So glad you're joining us. As always, go to our website, rsbnetwork.com, rsbnetwork.com. Sign up for our newsletter. Grace Saldana sends you the news you need to know. Concise, safe. We're not going to sell all your data to anyone, but we will deliver the news that's important to you and your family. So go check it out, rsbnetwork.com, rsbnetwork.com. Sign up for the newsletter, and if you're there, why not donate? We've got some great partners like the Birchgold Group and many more, but our biggest partner is you, the viewer. And so safe, secure. You can make a one-time donation. You can make a reoccurring donation as well. So just go to our website, rsbnetwork.com, rsbnetwork.com. Now you can get a good shot of that. It seems like he's going to taxi over, I would imagine, turn that nose over this way. And I know we have a couple people back in the studio that know a little something about planes that probably can better describe what he's going to do in aviation terms, but I'll give you the layman's terms. He's going to turn and come towards us as he's doing right now and park that 757 right in front of us. He will get out and greet the crowd, and then we'll jump in the car with him. So as if you've never tuned in to one of our motorcade coverage, it's pretty exciting because it is literally as it unfolds. So you'll see us running. You're going to see us, you're going to see the camera getting compromised at certain times because we're getting in and out of vehicles and we're running into buildings and kind of getting around people. But that's what makes this type of coverage very special, and that really you can't get anywhere else. So I think you're in for something special. in the next hour as we are on the ground with President Trump here in Atlanta. And out of all the things that I've done at Right Side, of course, the everything from the rallies to election night to everything, this is one of my favorite. I absolutely love this type of coverage because this is something that not a lot of people get to experience and you get to see. And I'm very blessed that we can provide this coverage to you right now. As you can see, he's now crossing the runway that was closest to us, so therefore he is making his way into this space. He will be met with some service agents. I know Brian Jack is out front as well. And the crowd is about to get a good shot of Trump Force One as he gets a little closer to our vantage point here. Very impressive to look at. Just recently went over a makeover, not only inside and out, a kind of an overhaul on this aircraft, this 757. And when you put it next to some of these other planes that are out here, it's significantly larger and just unbelievable. A lot of people, I just heard somebody say this is unbelievable, and I'm with you. It's unbelievable. So let's just listen in as President Trump makes his way here to Atlanta. To see, though, every time I see Trump Force One, it just gives me goosebumps. Unbelievable. Supporters here. Coming to a stop here. We'll get the two stairs will roll out there, and of course, depending on obviously what part of the plane he's in, we'll see which one he comes down. But he's officially in the great state of Georgia, and there goes a set of stairs that have been deployed out. We'll watch that get in place and unpack what we're going to do here. We are going to, once he gets to the ground here and starts to go through the crowd, we're going to transition over to another area where we will listen in to any remarks that he gives for the press that's here, and also to some of the supporters that have turned out today. Here, as you can see, the motorcade is pulling up here in front. Typically, the staff will exit the aircraft prior to his depart. So we should see his staff get off in advance. And then, of course, the president will come out after they do, and we'll watch it unfold. And that's what makes an event like this so special. It's you kind of just go with the coverage as it unfolds, and you're getting a good shot of that right now, which is we've got a great vantage point of where we're at. So thanks to the positioning of the Trump team on the riser here, and also to our great camera guys that make sure that we always have a good solid picture and a good solid look at anything that happens. And we're happy that we have this shot today. and that the weather's cooperating as well, because I know we had a chance of showers on either day of yesterday and tomorrow. So we're very thankful today is clear for this to be able to take place, and so we're thankful for that. And if you look at the approval ratings, we've had all the polls. I mean, President Trump overwhelmingly is leading in every swing state, some by as much as 10 points. But like he would often tell you, though, we should still campaign. Still, the messaging should be that we're down by 30, and that we need to continue to get out the message of the Trump administration, the policies that make his administration and his presidency so special, and all the accomplishments that were under President Trump. So that has been the messaging from day one, and that will continue to be messaging. I will say this: we've got off of one staircase, you do have. We talked about earlier that you will have service detail staff will get off, and I think it might be President Trump will they'll all get off first, so they're going to get off the plane first and make their way to the vehicles, and then President Trump will likely step off at that front staircase there. If you're just now joining us, we're live here at the Atlanta airport, awaiting President Trump to exit Trump Force One on his way to a fundraiser here in the Atlanta area. But before that, we're going to be with him in the motorcade to make a quick stop as well. A few more of the staff exiting the other staircase right now. It's hard for me to get I think I see Caroline Levitt. I believe I see her. Dan Scavino making his way off Trump Force One. Justin Caporal making his way off the rear stairs there. You can also follow me on Truth at Brian on Truth Social. You can follow me at Brian Glenn TV on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'll try and give you as much kind of behind the scenes stuff as I can as we go through this whole process. Sometimes it's a little difficult to do when you're on the air the whole time, but nevertheless, I'll try to take some content and perhaps push it out a little bit later. I'm returning back to D.C. this afternoon after this event to provide you some coverage of what's going on in the House in regards to the impeachment on Mayorkas. That's going over to the Senate next week. We'll get you the very latest on that, and also the very latest on the speaker development as well, and the possible motion to vacate that could be pushed to the floor for a vote on Speaker Johnson. We'll keep you updated on that as well. Quite the experience, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I know everyone's kind of glued to that front door, and I would imagine once the president does step out, he'll hear the cheers from the crowd that's gathered here today. There you have it. President Trump making his way off Trump Force One. taking some pictures and signing a few autographs for the fans that have waited. It's going to walk around over here. Can't pick up the audio of what he's saying right now, but he did get a reaction from the crowd. Back down. Crowd. From the president. If I do hear something, obviously I'll let you know what he says. We're going to go ahead and transition over to another position here, and we'll make our way.
Squeeze in here, or not, to go on the side.
Here, let's come over here. Just bear with this. What's right here? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, right here.
Get in position there. As you've got a great shot here in a second. Like I said, as we transition through this process, you'll get a good look. The president signing some hats. Joining us, we are live here at Atlanta Hartsfield Airport. And we are live, and as President Trump makes his way here, he is going to a fundraiser after he greets the crowd here. But before then, he will be making a quick stop, and we'll be with him in the motorcade to bring that to you as it unfolds. And if you've tuned into some of our motorcade coverage with the president in prior events, you'll see that it's like no other broadcast that we do. It's as raw. It feels like you're in the motorcade and you're on the ground with President Trump, and I think that's what we try to get that across to you. We want you to feel like you're with the president here in Georgia. See Margot Martin here as well, the whole Dan Scavino, really the whole team here with President Trump. He's with Brian Jack, who's running in Georgia District 3, an open seat that he is running for. And we had him on earlier. If you missed any of that coverage, you can go back at the conclusion of this broadcast and watch that interview we had with Brian Jack. Longtime Trump advisor, was with him really from day one in 2016. all through the administration, very versed on the policies under President Trump, and is very much a part of really of this America First movement. If you live in District 3 there in Georgia, I think LaGrange is one of the cities that's in that area. It's in the southwestern part of the state. You can simply go to brianjack.com and check it out. One of the things that makes President Trump so special is he does take the time when he is in a situation with supporters, no matter if it's here at the airport, if it's at a rally, a speech, any type of some of these special events that we do, he does take the time and absolutely meets everyone that he can, and will sign things, will take pictures. Just you can see the genuine support and love and respect he has for his supporters, and I've often said when you see President Biden attend any kind of function, you see more people speaking out against Biden than you do Biden supporters, and this is a presidency that an historic support as far as the amount of number of votes that he even got on a second term. It's a historic number of votes. So the support for President Trump just really continues to rise. Looks like President Trump might be giving a few words. Let's listen in.
President, did Arizona go too far? Did Arizona go too far? Yeah, they did. And that was straightened out. And states' rights have to be straightened out. And I'm sure that the governor and everybody else is going to bring it back into position, and that will be taken care of, I think, very quickly. What do you think about Florida? Florida's probably maybe going to change. See, it's all about the will of the people, is what I've been saying. And a perfect system. So for 52 years, people have wanted to end Roe v. Wade to get it back to the states. We did that. It was an incredible thing, an incredible achievement. We did that, and now the states have it, and the states are putting out what they want. It's the will of the people. So Florida's probably going to change. Arizona's going to definitely change. Everybody wants that to happen. And you're getting the will of the people. It's been pretty amazing.
New inflation numbers came out this morning showing inflation going up more than what economists were expecting. Do you believe there's any chance inflation gets under control between now and November?
Biden has totally lost control of inflation. It's back. It's raging back. The number today was very high, very bad. It's actually much higher than this. Various categories. It's actually much higher than that. The number is out of control. Biden has no idea what the hell he's doing. He's the worst president in the history of our country. But I have some good news. Where's Brian? This is a man I've known for a long time. He's running in Georgia 3. He's going to be a fantastic congressman. District 3, Brian Jack. Very simple name. Don't put him around because you can do it either way. Jack Brian or Brian Jack. He's a great guy. He's been with me for 7 years. And he's always wanted to run for Congress. And this is where he was born, where he grew up. He knows it well. He loves the people. He will be fantastic. You know who Brian is? You do now.
Let's talk about it.
Give me talk. Hey, how you doing?
campaign money? What do you say to Republicans? How about campaign money? Sorry, talk before. How about money? Campaign money. RNC's been trailing Democrats on campaign fundraising. You're here in Georgia to raise money. Are you going to be able to catch up to Democrats when it comes to campaign cash?
I'm not working very hard. Republican Party has a lot of money coming in. It's coming in small donations, $61 average. We did some large donors the other night. We broke the all-time record, $52 million. We don't need the money that they. If you remember Hillary Clinton, I had about one-third the money that she had, and who won? I'm not exactly sure who won. So we don't need the same kind of money that they do. They need more money because they take care of poor politicians. They get to that like it's gravy. And you know, when you look at what they did with sugar bucks and with the hot boxes and everything else, it's really a disgrace. We don't need nearly the money that they need. In Florida, as an example, I put up a very small amount of money. They put $300 million into Florida. I put peanuts into Florida, and I won by 2 million votes. So we don't need the same money that they need. Plus, I had a great 4 years, and Biden had one of the worst presidencies in history, destroying our country. Between Israel and October 7th, that should have never happened. Ukraine and Russia should have never, ever happened. That was something. Russia would have never attacked Ukraine if I were president. The inflation is out of control, and now it's out of control again. They brought down the rate so fast because they want to protect it.
Have you spoken to Prime Minister Netanyahu? Obviously, the White House officials may start warning. Do you think that the U.S. is not going to be enough to show support for Israel, or where are you going to go?
Biden has totally lost control of the Israel situation. He has abandoned Israel. He's totally abandoned Israel. And frankly, you know, he's a low IQ individual. He has no idea where he is and who he's supporting. He doesn't know if he's supporting the Palestinians, but he knows one thing. He is not supporting Israel. He has abandoned Israel. And any Jewish person that votes for a Democrat or votes for Biden should have their head examined.
What do you say to Republicans who feel disappointed about your statement on abortion? What do you say to Republican voters who feel disappointed about your statement on abortion?
Oh, I think they're very happy with my statement because we brought it into what it was. It was always about states' rights, and we brought it there, and everybody's very happy. With the exception of a few people, individual people that have their own agenda, people are very happy with my statement on abortion. And you'll see it'll work out. Everything about abortion, it was all about bringing it back to the states. Every legal scholar, everybody from the Democrats and Republicans, they wanted to bring it back for 53 years, bring it back to the states. I did that, and now each individual state, they're all working it out. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be voting for Brian Jack, this man right here who's running for Congress, District 3, and he's going to be in Georgia, and he's going to be a big-time politician, and he loves our country, and he loves Georgia.
Can we talk about your poll numbers, Mr.
Can we
President?
ask you, how do you feel about Bonnie Willis staying on your case?
Well, she shouldn't be on our case. She's been totally discredited. It's shocking that she's on our case. Her lover was thrown off the case, and she should be thrown off with it. Bonnie Willis did this to get vacations. I mean, you take a look at the kind of money. And by the way, she never paid him back in cash. And if she did, she's got a bigger problem because you can't do that. That's really, she said she took campaign cash and paid him back. You're not allowed to do that. So either way, that's a crime. She's a criminal. So Bonnie Willis has been totally discredited. That case should end. And I think it's a big insult to Georgia that the case is going forward. I don't know if it's going forward. Nobody knows that. But if it does go forward, it's a big insult to Georgia. She is a corrupt individual. He was corrupt. She was corrupt. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And I suspect that case is going to be terminated because it has absolutely no credibility.
Hey, Mr. President, let's talk about your polling numbers nationally. You're just crushing Biden. It continues to go up. Thoughts on that?
He just said, I'm crushing Biden in the polls. That's true. I appreciate that question. Thank you. Brian, thank you very much. We are doing great in the polls.
We have a campaign because they have no policies. The people are destroying our country. They're coming in by the millions and millions and millions. They have no policies that are good. Between Afghanistan, high taxes, big inflation, everything they do is bad. They want to quadruple everyone's taxes. There's no way that a man like this should be even allowed in government. As far as I'm concerned, he's a criminal. And what he's doing with this weaponry of the Justice Department, every single trial that you read about and that you report about, and generally fairly, every one of these trials is run by the DOJ and the White House, every single one, including Fani, because her lover spent 8 hours, I think her lover Wade, spent 8 hours at least on numerous occasions each day working and coordinating with the White House. How do we hurt Trump so that maybe Biden can eke out a victory? I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think the people are going to stand for it. I'm sure the people aren't going to stand for it. These people have weaponized government. They've weaponized the Justice Department. They've done something that nobody has ever done before in this country. It's done a lot in third world countries and banana republics, never in this country. And so far, based on the polls that came out today and over the last fairly long period of time, if you look back over the last 4 or 5 months, I'm leading every single poll, and I'm leading them by a lot. We are a nation in decline. Biden is the worst president in the history of our country. He's corrupt and he's incompetent. He can't put two sentences together, and I think we're going to have a tremendous victory. I predict that November 5th will go down as the most important day in the history of our country. That's Election Day. It's going to be the most important day and moment in the history of our country. We're going to close up our borders, and we're taking all of the criminals out, because many of the people that came in, they came from jails, they came from insane asylums and mental institutions, many terrorists, many drug dealers at the highest level. They're all coming into our country. I predict that November 5th, it's all going to turn around. We're going to get our country back. This incompetent man that's president, he's a terrible person. He's a terrible president. He's a Manchurian candidate if you look at him, because he gets money from everybody. He's a Manchurian candidate. I predict that Biden is going to be gone. It's 6 months now. That's all we have. But 6 months is a long time, because the damage he can do in 6 months, he's done more damage than the 10 worst presidents in the history of our country. There has never been anybody that's damaged our country like crooked Joe Biden. So I predict November 5th, the most important day in the history of our country. And it's going to be Christian Visibility Day. Christian Visibility Day. Christians are going to come out and they're going to vote like never before. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, you heard it. Now it's time for President Trump will probably... Ooh, I'm sorry. Traveling press. We're going to go ahead. Go ahead, and we're going to stand right here. That kind of wraps up our tarmac coverage. If we continue that, we're going to jump in the motorcade here. I was able to get... All right, let's go. Hey, how are you? Hey, Margo. How you doing? Good. That was a good question, right? All right. We'll make our way. If you don't join us, we are live here on the... Okay, let's see. Okay, we're gonna get Dan Scavino. How you doing? Doing all right. Good, doing good. All right. Okay, we're gonna get press one. This is where we're going to cut the audio here for this portion of our broadcast. We're gonna give you a video feed from inside the traveling motorcade. Second row. Okay. We're gonna make our way in here. We'll dip in when we get to wherever we're going. So. All right, we'll toss to a quick commercial break. We'll come back. We're live with President Trump on the ground here in Atlanta.
What's up, guys? My name is Jaden Hurd, and I have a Christian show called Let It Be Heard, where we analyze culture and current events from a biblical perspective. I highly recommend you guys check us out. We now have episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And basically, what happens is we react to videos, we have talking points, we have on guests, and it's very exciting. Come check us out on Rumble on the RSBN channel. God bless you guys.
Welcome to the Right Side Broadcasting Network. We're not like the other media outlets out there that cut and edit what other people say. In 2015, we were created by our founder, Joe Seals, to cover President Donald J. Trump's speeches and rallies, to which we continue to do to this day. We've also covered important conservative events like CPAC, tvOS, March for Life, and many other important events and hearings around the country. We were made for people like you, everyday Americans who are tired of the mainstream media, who are tired of being lied to, manipulated, and fed an agenda. Our goal here at Right Side Broadcasting is to allow you to see the truth, giving our correspondents and commentators a wide latitude to speak their minds. You won't find anything like this in the mainstream media. Your support through your donations, locals, and supporting our advertisers allows us to continue to cover important events around the country each and every day. So, from us here at Right Side Broadcasting, thank you for supporting us and the right side of history.
I'm excited to announce we're having a huge MyPillow spring sale, and here's a few examples. Buy one of our MyPillow 2.0s, you get another MyPillow 2.0 absolutely free. Made with cooling technology, the best pillow ever just got even better. And this just in, 9 brand new colors and styles of our Percale bed sheets. They're made with the finest long staple cotton, and now you can save 50% or more. That's as low as $24.98. And for the first time this year, I'm bringing you our My Slippers and Sandals for as low as $25 a pair. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get your MyPillow 2.0s. Buy one, get one free. Percale sheets as low as $24.98. My Slippers and Sandals as low as $25 a pair. And for a limited time, when you order $75 or more, your entire order ships absolutely free.
Motorcade, just seconds away to where we're going, apparently. So thanks for tuning in. We're just going to dip out and let this play out. If you're just now joining us, welcome. We're live in President Trump's Motorcade, making our way to a special location where the president will stop in and meet a few folks. Glad that you're with us on this Wednesday afternoon. As you can see, the streets were lined with supporters as we make our way through here. Obviously, there's a great effort by state, local police, making sure this motorcade gets through here. Once again, when the motorcade stops, we're going to get out and run inside. So this is going to be kind of a run and gun situation. So bear with us if the camera is compromised at any point as we're making our way out of the press van to enter the location. So thanks for tuning in. We are pulling up. So like I said earlier, this is going to be an exit out of this press vehicle. We're going to make our way to looks to appear to be a Chick-fil-A here in the Atlanta area. As we make our way inside. Obviously, this is probably not what some of these people anticipated on their...
Full camera right here. RSBN right here.
right here.
Full camera. RSBN
Right here.
right
Right
here.
here. Thank you. All right. Well, as you can tell, this is a first. We are live here in Chick-fil-A. And certainly an America favorite, a Georgia's favorite. And it's only fitting for President Trump to make his way into a Chick-fil-A here in the Atlanta area. We are waiting for some of the other press to come in. How are you? Thanks for having us. As I would imagine a lot of people here would have never expected this to happen today. So the president will come in right over there. He'll be greeted by the friendly staff that's here. Everyone's smiling. What a special day if you happen to be on the shift here at Chick-fil-A at this location. I will say what an excellent yeah, we still have an active drive-through right now. All right, so here we go. Live here in Chick-fil-A here in the Atlanta area as some of the press team and the staff gets in position here. And to take you through a rundown of what's going to happen, he's going to obviously meet the staff here, say a friendly words to not only the staff, but perhaps the people that are here. And at that point, he is going to go on to his fundraiser, and that's when we will break off and go back to the airport where we'll basically conclude our broadcast here at Chick-fil-A. I do want to mention, before we get into everything, I think our friends over the Birch Gold Group, they have been a vital part. Here comes Trump right now. Well, I think he's going in to just make sure. He's going to say hello to a couple people and make his way into Chick-fil-A. Let's listen in.
Good-looking people, wow. That was worth it. And I love doing what you have. That's beautiful, wow. It's art, right? Have you done everything okay? So can I have 30 milkshakes? And also some chicken. And we're going to take care of the customers. Is business good? You're making a lot of money? Everyone can get rich, right? Excellent. Thank you very much. Look at the way you hold. You like each other, right? I think that's very nice. Have a good time. Nice to see you. Thank you very much. So we'll order 30 milkshakes. We'll give them out to the people, and we'll take some for ourselves. Okay? Good. Thank you very much, everybody. 30 milkshakes. Hello.
This has got a great American franchise, Chick-fil-A.
It is. It's a great franchise. The owner is a great man who's a member of one of my clubs, and he's fantastic. And yeah, they do very well. They're closed on Sunday.
It's the Lord's Chicken.
That's the Lord's Chicken. You're right. It's good chicken too.
Yeah, good to see you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Get ready for a milkshake. You got plenty of them. All right. You got balloons.
Let him go through the milkshake.
This is an original from 2016.
Oh, I love this guy. I like that guy. Do you have a pen for me? Give me a good pen. That is the original, huh?
2016, Cleveland.
Yeah, you've been there from the beginning.
Absolutely.
You knew what was happening. Absolutely. You got it.
Milkshake's coming up. Watch out.
Let me get this pen out of here. Come here.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Yes, sir.
He understood long before the rest, right?
Shelley Winter. I talked to
Oh, good. Thank you, bro. You know Shelley?
Yes.
A great host. And are you guys
Radio show.
friends?
No, we just met today.
Well, that's nice because he's been there a long time too.
Yes.
I think right from the beginning. We did a radio interview with Shelley. And I appreciate it.
I appreciate you very much.
I hung up. I said, "What a nice guy that is."
And I'll bring in my clubs tomorrow. I'll just
You
knock
let
on
me
the
know.
door.
I'm telling you.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Watch his show. His show. Listen to his show.
Absolutely, 95.5.
He got it. You two guys got it.
And all these kids do too.
I think so. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. So you're getting lots of milkshakes.
What you come in here for?
I wish I had.
Leave a space for them to walk out.
President Trump talking to a few of the kids over here. Obviously, ordered 30 milkshakes. Passing them out right now. We got a good shot of that. Let's listen in.
Everybody have a good time.
Can I get a hand?
Get ready.
Can I get a hand?
Yeah, I'll give you one.
Make America great.
Have one?
Y'all got one?
24. Come on, baby.
I don't got one. I need one.
You can find one. I got to give you one.
I don't find me a hand. I love Trump. Have this one.
My original, right? No, give me that one. No. That's a valuable one. Grab one of these here.
Passing out milkshakes here at Chick-fil-A.
We're not letting them rig
Stop
this
the
election.
steal.
Take that. That's how to make you good and healthy. Go back that too. There you go. Who wants it? Yes, sir. You want it? Yes, you can. See, you can afford to have it. You know why? Because you're thin. Who wants one? I'll take one.
What a special day here at Chick-fil-A for these employees and also the people that are in here. President Trump passing out milkshakes to the crowd and saying that thanks for their support, and that it's crucial that we take back the White House. And I would imagine some of this stuff's going to end up on social media here in a little bit.
District 3. We got to vote for him. He's running for Congress.
Once again, is talking about District 3, Brian Jack running for Congress in District 3.
I'm here to meet you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
We've also knocked doors for you in the past, or your past re-election bid, and when you ran the first time. Yes, I was interning for the GAGOP at that time.
Wow.
Doing a lot for your tax credit reform bill and everything like that.
Well, we took care of those colleges and
Sure
universities.
did. Much better than mine did. So market ran up this is more health, this is more strong than anything. So I don't care what the media tells you, Mr. Trump. Okay, 4 p.m. We do 4 p.m.
Come here, let me give you a hug. That's really nice. No, we did. We took care of the black colleges, universities. They're taken care of now, and she understands it. A lot of people don't understand it. Biden did nothing for them, and I did everything. I did everything.
Tell them how y'all been suffering, y'all.
That's really nice, huh?
There's no housing.
You know each other? Do you two know each other? You should.
So President Trump talking about under his administration, the programs and funds that he's provided to African American colleges, and that.
We had a great talk yesterday. Absolutely. You know, that talk got covered all over the place. We went all over the place. I went all over the world, that talk. I got in trouble with the team because they said I went over my time. Oh, no, my team, don't worry about it. Don't worry, all right. We'll do it again. You guys are great. God bless you. Let me get a nice black hold the pen. Where's the top? Have any extras?
Obviously, President Trump did historical things for African American colleges and universities, and a lot of these students here are echoing some of those accomplishments, and even said that under the Biden administration they have not seen that type of attention that the Trump administration did during his term. So important to point that out. If you're just now joining us, we are live here at Chick-fil-A here in Atlanta, as President Trump has made a stop before he goes to a scheduled fundraiser. If you missed any of the previous coverage at the airport, just go back and watch this, as we've been live since about 10:45 here local time, so you'll be able to scroll back and watch some of that. He's talking to Brian Jack, who's running in District 3 there in Georgia. Obviously, Trump endorsed Brian Jack. Has been there with the president since day one. See if we get a little bit of. Thank you.
You are a special woman.
Special woman.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. And if they
Make
run
sure
a
you
little
leave
bit
space for
low,
them to walk.
give them some extras, okay? Are you the boss? No, sir. You look like your boss. Come here. Give me a hand. Thank you. Thank you very much. You take care of yourself. Thank you. Can I get a picture with you? Yes, come on up. Anybody's going to with that beautiful hair? I'd love to get a picture with you. With that beautiful hair. Go ahead, take a picture. Come on.
Here we go.
Make sure I'm taking a few pictures.
Okay.
Now I want one with you. Come on.
Oh, okay, come on.
Brings out the
Personally requested.
Come on, let's go. That's good. Beautiful.
Yeah, can my friend Dom get in one too? She's fundraising.
Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. We're going to get rid of Biden.
Bye,
He is the worst president in the history of the United States, and he's horrible to the black community. Whether you like it or not, he
Been that way
treats the
since a
black
senator.
community bad. And check out his record in the 1990s. Check out his record in the 1990s.
You're economically what's for us.
Well, opportunities.
Opportunity-wise, everything holistic.
Best job numbers ever.
The First Step Act. Let's talk about it.
And again, the colleges and universities. I just get the whole thing now.
I got you. No
Thank you.
problem.
You take care of yourself.
Heidi, can I get one picture with you? One picture. Let's go fast. Come. Thank you so much.
Kalika.
Obviously, the president taking time out of his schedule here to get a bunch of pictures, as he normally does. This is very typical to what President Trump gets when he goes to events like this. Very much.
Thank you very much. And by the way, that was really nice. You know, a lot of people don't want to talk. They don't want to say, come on over here. Thank you so much.
There we go, taking a few more pictures.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hey, look, real quickly, you talk about your fundraising. You just crushed it the other night on your fundraising. How important is that the money not only flows into GOP, but flows into your campaign?
It's nice, and we're setting records, and we're doing well, but we don't need what the Democrats. They pass it around to everybody, meaning politicians. We don't do that. You know, Hillary had more than twice the money that we had. And how did that race turn out? I'm not 100% sure. No, we don't need the same, but we could get as much. We're doing very well. We broke the all-time record the other night, $52 million. More importantly, we take in more than anybody with a small donation, $61 average. And that's never happened for a Republican before. We take in $61 average, and we take in a lot of money that way. And that, to me, is the most important money, because those people vote. They're not in Monte Carlo. They're not on a yacht. They're voting. And we love them. And this group of people that we just met is unbelievable. Yeah. That young lady was unbelievable.
Yeah, well, people that might not have heard, you did historical things for black colleges. Just touch on that.
I funded them long term. They were going on a year-to-year basis, and they were always being chiseled and cut. And I got to know the heads of the black colleges and universities, and they came in, they saw me. And after 3 years, I said, how come you keep coming back? They said, they make us come back every year. I said, nope, no longer. And I gave them long-term financing, long-term commitments from the government. They do a fantastic job, and they all love me, I will tell you. But that young lady was so nice to bring that up, because most people forget. And I think it's nice. Nice to see you again. You okay?
I'm okay. My name is Taisha Fernandez. I'm with the ABC affiliate here in Atlanta.
Very good. That's not good, is it?
It's great. Quick question. You answered some questions about abortion, but do you think a doctor should be punished who perform abortions?
I'll let that be to the states. You know, everything we're doing now is states and states' rights. And what we wanted to do is get it back to the states, because for 53 years it's been a fight. And now the states are handling it. And some have handled it very well, and the others will end up handling it very well. And those are the things that states are going to make a determination about.
Why should the people of Atlanta vote for you?
Because I've done more for the people of Atlanta than any other president by far. I've done more for the black community than any other president since Abraham Lincoln, and maybe including Abraham Lincoln, frankly, but since Abraham Lincoln. And it looks like our polling is very good in the state of Georgia overall. So we're very happy about it. But you see the support. It's been really something
Mr.
special.
Trump, thank you.
Thank
Who you got for the Masters, Mr. President? The Masters. Who you got for one
Well,
of
I
the
have a
Masters?
lot of guys. They're all friends of mine. Every one of those players is a friend of mine, so I better not pick. But you have some great ones, and you're going to have some. It's going to be some competition. You're going to have some. Dustin's been great. He's playing great. Rory's playing great. They're all playing great. The fact is, they're very good golfers. The Masters is this weekend, and it's going to be special, and it's right around the corner, right?
It is. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Make a lot of money.
All right, that wraps up our trip here at Chick-fil-A as President Trump gets back in the motorcade. We do want to thank our good partner of the day. That's the Birch Gold Group. We could not have done this coverage without them. Please reach out to them for your gold, silver, precious metals needs. That is the Birch Gold Group. Simply text the words Trump to 989898. That is Trump to 989898. That is the Birch Gold Group. Give you an idea where we're going to make our way to the press vehicle, and this is where we're going to have to sign off, unfortunately, as we make our way back to the airport. This does conclude our broadcast. The next broadcast we have will be in Pennsylvania on Saturday. You can join us for full rally coverage for that. Until next time, everybody, we're making our way back to the press van. Until next time, goodbye and God bless everybody. We'll see you next time.
What's up, guys? My name is Jaden Hurd, and I have a Christian show called Let It Be Heard, where we analyze culture and current events from a biblical perspective. I highly recommend you guys check us out. We now have episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And basically, what happens is we react to videos, we have talking points, we have on guests, and it's very exciting. Come check us out on Rumble on the RSBN channel. God bless you guys.
Welcome to the Right Side Broadcasting Network. We're not like the other media outlets out there that cut and edit what other people say. In 2015, we were created by our founder, Joe Seals, to cover President Donald J. Trump's speeches and rallies, to which we continue to do to this day. We've also covered important conservative events like CPAC, TPUSA, March for Life, and many other important events. Here, every day or our goal here at Broadcasting is to allow you to see the truth, giving our correspondents and commentators a wide latitude to speak their minds. You won't find anything like this in the mainstream media. Your support through your donations, locals, and supporting our advertisers allows us to continue to cover important events around the country each and every day. So, from us here at Right Side Broadcasting, thank you for supporting us and the right side of history.
I'm excited to announce we're having a huge MyPillow spring sale, and here's a few examples. Buy one of our MyPillow 2.0s, you get another MyPillow 2.0 absolutely free. Made with cooling technology, the best pillow ever just got even better. And this just in, 9 brand new colors and styles of our Percale bed sheets. They're made with the finest long staple cotton, and now you can save 50% or more. That's as low as $24.98. And for the first time this year, I'm bringing you our My Slippers and Sandals for as low as $25 a pair. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get your MyPillow 2.0s. Buy one, get one free. Percale sheets as low as $24.98. My Slippers and Sandals as low as $25 a pair. And for a limited time, when you order $75 or more, your entire order ships absolutely free.